Someone is beefing with me over something that I feel like proves what I was saying about being ugly. Check this out, right? I met this guy about 2 years ago at a charity event I was doing with my friend. We were catering food for people. He was an outcast and a loner. Before the event, we all ate ourselves, right? Because we got to eat before we feed the other people here. We hungry too. And this guy who I'm talking about, this guy who's beefing with me, he was sitting by himself at his own table, right? And I saw this and I literally went and sat with him to keep him company because I know other people will come to my table to sit with me too. So, I'm trying to make him feel included or like I'm not forcing companionship. People want to sit with me, so I sit with outcasts and he'll have people to sit with so he doesn't sit alone anymore, right? Let's call this person Robin. Okay, Robin. So after talking with Robin and all this stuff, he's, from what I know is at least, from first impression, he's very OCD like. He's very robotic sometimes with it. He has a lot of opinions, but so does everybody. He was also a bit socially awkward, but I mean, whatever. From time to time, I mean, we would text each other and he would tell me that he's doing an event here and helping catering for some less fortunate families and whatnot. And I'll pull out and help him out. So boom, we're going to move forward in time now. Moving to last Christmas of last year, pretty much. This is about a year later after I met him. The people involved were throwing a party for the charity committee. Robin was not part of setting up this party. He was invited, but he was not part of setting up this party. Again, he's an outcast in the committee, so he doesn't get asked to do things like this. He's one of those people who just shows up, does stuff, and then leaves. Now, even though this is a non-profit committee, throwing a party with lots of good food and whatever costs money. So we said, when we put the Christmas party invitations out, hey, listen, if you're going to come to this party, okay, you bring your family, bring your wives, bring your girlfriend, bring your son, daughter, whatever, bring anybody, bring your granny, okay? We're having a good party here for a good cause, all right? Throwing a party with all this stuff, please, if you're going to eat, put a $30 donation for some food, okay? Just put $30 in, okay? That $30 will help pay back the money for the food, which was about $900. And I had to pay for that, by the way. So I want my money back. This isn't a charity event. This is a party. I put down $900. I want my money back for this high quality food and to pay for that chef. I'm not even getting all my money back for the giveaways, by the way. I gave away a huge widescreen. This is like a $600 TV. I gave away that. I never got my money back for that. But can I get some money back for the food at least and to pay for the chef? So, right, again, Robin didn't set up this party, but he was invited. So I personally invited Robin. I said, Robin, you coming? And Robin said that, oh, okay, yeah, I'll be there. But he said he wasn't going to pay because he was going to bring some chicken fingers he made at home. And I was like, all right. I mean, hey, look, we already have the food thing situated. Like we literally have a chef, like I'm not, I think it's kind of rude, honestly, if, you hire a chef and then you bring food you made from home. Like, what I'm saying? This is their sort of playground per se. Let the chef cook, let the chef cook. And, hey, just, can you not bring your chicken fingers? Just respectfully, maybe another time, what I'm saying? And he said, all right, I won't. I said, all right, thanks, Robin. That's nice of you. And, I told everyone else who was setting up this party too, that he's not going to bring his chicken fingers. And they were like, Andre, that was very good of you because don't ever let Robin bring his chicken fingers because one, he has done it before and people have gotten sick. And two, have you seen what this guy looks like? He looks like he's dirty. Now, that was an interesting thing that they said to me. He looks dirty. Now, here's the thing. I was waiting to mention this. The perfect time to mention this. Remember, I told y'all Robin's personality, but I didn't tell you how he looks. It's not necessarily that he's ugly, but he's like, his hair is very long. It goes down to like the middle of his back, right? He's got that long hair and his hair is all crusty and dry. It doesn't look like he ever washes it, like ever. Every time I've seen him, which I don't know why they're allowing him to serve food, even with gloves, by the way. I don't care what people say. His fingernails always got some dirt under. I don't know if it's just dirt. I don't know what it is. You know, it looked like oil. Okay, like oil, like black oil. You know what I'm saying? Like all sorts of gremlins living under his fingers. And the way he dresses, nothing ever looks like it fits him. Like everything is just too big on him, and everything is just sloppy. You know, that's the thing, is sloppy. And he wears Crocs. He always wears Crocs. And his socks are always stained and everything. So how you wearing Crocs with your socks and you got stains? You know? So people feel like someone who looks dirty probably lives dirty and probably cooks dirty. Now, I was like, when people told me this, like, he said, look, they explained this to me, like, what do you mean he looks dirty? So how come he can't bring his chicken fingers, whatever? I was like, I don't know about this. You know, like, it seems like we're being a bit too judgmental to him. He is the outcast, you know, he is the loner. Are we just picking on the guy here? Like, yeah, he does look dirty, all right? But, you know, he does charity events with us. So it doesn't make him a bad person. I don't understand. Like, I like him, okay? But whatever. So he can't bring any of his dishes to the party. Fine, whatever. We all agree on this. People setting up this party, we all agree, okay? Boom. Christmas party. Guess what? That night, he shows up, huge tray in his hand. He brings his chicken fingers. And I don't know how to explain this. I don't know how you mess up chicken fingers, okay? Them chicken fingers look like, I don't know. They like, here, I found a picture on Google. It was like this. You see from the picture, it was undercooked. And even looking at this picture, you can see the texture of the chicken fingers, the coating, right? The breading isn't good either. Like, bro, you brought some nasty chicken that is undercooked. When we told you, I told you specifically, because I'm the nice guy to you. I'm nice to you. I'm trying to be nice. You're the lower outcast. You know, I'm hanging out with you. So I told you specifically, respectfully, don't bring your chicken fingers. And it's, first, I'm not even going to say it's my party, but I'm kind of the host here. It's my party, okay? Listen to the host, bro. What's wrong with you? So one of the guys who I asked to collect the money from people, right? Remember, it was $30. We got a luxury chef here cooking some good food. He told me, yo, Andre, I went up to Robin and he's saying that he's not paying for dinner. And I was like, why is he not paying? It's $30 to pay. You don't give him a plate. He needs, you know what I'm saying, $30. And he said, well, Robin said that he's not going to do it because he said that he brought his chicken fingers, so he doesn't need to pay. I was like, that's not how it works. You know, like we told him, first of all, not to bring in. That's just not how it works. And I almost crashed out. My friends almost crashed out too. And one guy almost threw his food out in front of him. You can't, this isn't edible. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? I was just like, you know, it's a Christmas party. You know what I'm saying? We spend time with family here. We can't be having people getting suplexed through the tables or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I just put his tray to the side. All right. I put it away from the other dishes. Be like, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what I'm saying? And it's funny. People didn't even eat it, you know, probably because they put it away. And again, just by looking at it, you would know this isn't something you should be eating. And Robin felt offended by this and yada, 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 yada. Anyway, let's move to last week, right? We were doing some Ronald McDonald House thing. If you don't know what that is, Ronald McDonald House is a nonprofit that helps children. So me and my friends, we planned a day to volunteer and help cater some food together. We're not cooking necessarily, but we're going to serve them food that we bought, you know what I'm saying, like prepared food and everything like that. So we hired a clown, all of that. So guess what Robin brings? He brings his tray of chicken fingers. And everyone is mad at him. But this time, it wasn't undercooked, but it was flat. Let me explain what do I mean by it was flat. The chicken looked like pancakes, you know, chicken finger pancakes. I don't know how to describe this, man. I feel like maybe that's the best way to say it. He must have made actual chicken fingers, then drove over it a few times before bringing it. You know what I'm saying? Like he just left the tray on the floor and just drove his car over it. You know what I'm saying? Them fingers look crushed. And, you know, we confronted him and said, yo, again, this isn't part of the thing here. We told you, stop with the chicken fingers. What is wrong with you? And he's like, no, I'm just, you know, like, there's nothing. What's wrong with me bringing chicken fingers here? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to feed these kids and stuff like that. And I'm like, I said, but okay, but we prepared food and everything. Like, you got to talk to us about this. And you know, okay, maybe you know we're going to say no, but like, you know, I'm sorry. I can't. I want to be this. What is this, bro? What kind of these? You shot these chicken fingers with like a gun or something? What happened here? And he's like, no, but I've been preparing them since Wednesday. What? Hold on. Let me check my calendar. Today is Saturday. If it's Saturday, how does it take you 4 days to prepare chicken fingers? How is that possible? What? Shraggy? Like, dude just left them on the counter for 4 days? That's probably what happened. It took me 4 days to prepare chicken fingers. I don't know who does that. You know what I'm saying? And my friends and I were talking about it. And one of the guys told me that we were talking on the phone about this. He was talking about like, he went to Robin's house before, right? And the kitchen and this place was really dirty. And I was like, that kind of reminds me of what I was told at the Christmas party about him being, quote, dirty, and how people were quick to judge his life because of it. It reminded me of what I said in older videos. Look, you can be ugly, you can be short, you can be chubby, but y'all always hear me say this. Try your best to be presentable. People will judge you for your physical attributes, 100%. But people will also judge you and assume your character based on how you dress or how you take care of yourself. I told y'all that Robin, he got dirty and some grudge, a whole village under his fingernails all the time. Dirty socks in his Crocs, and his hair looks like they got bugs in it. He don't look sanitary. You know what I'm saying? Imagine someone like that, someone like this, serving you chicken fingers. And then you see the tray and it's undercooked chicken, okay? Or you see the tray and it like someone ran over it with the truck, okay? And what a shocker, right? His chicken fingers weren't even cooked correctly and they look nasty. A person who dresses nasty, doesn't take care of themselves, and is overall nasty, does something nasty? Wow. Aristotle said, we are what we repeatedly do. And some people, like Robin, feel like this type of judgment is unjust. But I'm sorry. It's because you're dirty. You look dirty and had people assume your whole life is dirty. And then you proved them right off of their stuff. Yeah, you're mad. You remember? And see, I'm trying to cut this guy bail. I'm like, man, we're kind of judging him because he looks dirty. He's an outcast, right? Okay, he looks dirty. So what? He's socially awkward. So, and then a guy who dresses dirty does all this thing dirty. He does something dirty. You proved it dirty. What? You can't feel like that's unfair. You can't be mad that people look at a dirty guy and says, this person probably is dirty in everything else he does. What people do in one thing, they tend to do in other things, not just with their appearance, but their personality as well. Someone's actions in one part of life is reflective. It tends to be reflective, not all the time, but it tends to be reflective in another part. Robin has been mad at me for a while now. And you know what I'm saying? Like he's like beefing me over this, bro. I'm not even like, I don't even want to engage with this. Like I was there trying to defend you and everything. You just keep doing stuff. And people who run the committee are talking about booting him from it because of his behavior in general. Apparently he has an attitude issue, which I haven't really experienced. He does whine a lot about not getting opportunities and not getting chances. But see, how are you gonna get mad at us about this? Stop bringing the chicken fingers. Let's start with that. You know what I'm saying? You don't even listen to the people who lead the committee. And then you're mad about not getting opportunity. You're mad that you weren't able to help set up the party, the Christmas party, because you probably don't listen. That's probably why. And you're going to get mad at us about this? This is what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not sure about necessarily kicking him out the committee, but, he's mad at me specifically because he feels like I started this whole no chicken fingers thing because of the Christmas party. Look, I was just one of the organizers of the party, okay? I set up the food and everything like that, all right? I had the chef and all that stuff. All the organizers of the party said no, okay? The leaders said no. I'm just trying to follow the rules here, okay? I'm just trying to follow the leader here, all right? For reasons mentioned earlier. So now I'm the bad guy. Anyway, what do y'all think? Am I tweaking here? Am I being unfair here? Are we being unfair? I don't understand. First of all, the Ronald McDonald House is for children, by the way. You serving them that chicken, that's messed up. I don't know. I feel like that's... Anyway, whatever. This episode is found on Spotify and YouTube. I'm out.